This holiday, let Hy-Vee do all the cooking so you can spend more time with family. Order your pre-made holiday meals today. You'll find delicious meals that serve from 2 to 12 people, including succulent turkey, honey-glazed spiral ham, or prime rib. Holiday meal packs are ready to heat and serve and include your choice of sides and rolls. For dessert, choose from apple, pumpkin, banana cream, or French silk pie. Meals start at just $34.99. Reserve your holiday meals today at Hy-Vee.com.
Want to help kids get their homework done? Well, an internet connection is a good start. But kids also need computers. And sometimes the hardest thing about homework is finding a place to do it. So why not hook community centers up with Wi-Fi for kids like us and all the amazing things we're going to learn?
Over the next 10 years, Comcast is committing $1 billion to reach 50 million low-income Americans with the tools and resources they need to be ready for anything.
I hope you're ready, because we are.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Yvette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These jet-setting divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hi. Cheers. This is Jeanette.
And this is Yvette.
And this is Tina. And we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies.
Hey, y'all. What y'all been doing?
Good. Look, I'm trying to pour me a glass while we getting started. What we doing,
ladies?
Divas? How we doing? What we doing today? What's been going on with the travel world?
Jeanette,
I got this thing called Passport. Yeah, we doing this Advent thing. I'm doing Passport.
Right.
Passport to Adventure.
Yeah, this is great. So what we're doing as a diva crew is we created our own Advent type 12 days to Christmas, and we're all trying to drink, the same thing over the next 12 days. And right now, the one we're drinking now is Passport to Adventure. It's a Pinot Grigio out of Oregon.
It's a Pinot Grigio.
It's a Pinot Grigio, yeah.
And
Pinot Grigio.
Yeah, Pinot Grigio. And we thought it was a good idea, since it's called Passport to Adventure, to, do this one tonight on our travel podcast. So we're going to taste it and see what it's all about.
Okay, I'm not really a white wine person, but I'm definitely will give it a shot.
I'm not either.
Smells good.
It kind of tastes to me like, it's called Pinot Gris, but it kind of tastes to me like Pinot Grigio is what it's resembling, but
yeah,
it's sparkle. And it's out of Oregon. It's out of a winery in Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes actually for a white. It actually tastes pretty good for me.
It's pretty good. All right.
It tastes pretty good, and it's part of a 12-pack. It's like 12 wines of the USA. So it's a really great pack, of wines.
Well, what's going on in the travel industry, ladies? Jeanette, I know you kind of went off on an adventure. Can you tell us?
Tell us about you. You went off on an adventure. Anything you want to share?
I went to Mexico, and traveling now. What I will say has changed is that you have to get going to Mexico. It does not require you to have any COVID test or anything, but coming back to the United States, the new requirement now is that you must have a negative COVID test within 24 hours of your flight.
Yeah. And that changed actually on the date that you left.
Yeah, and I had heard that most people weren't checking it. A lot of people flew to Mexico earlier this year and come back and they didn't check their results. But I will tell you, they checked my negative results, and they also wanted to see my vaccination card.
Oh, okay.
And they asked about a booster, so they're asking about all of those things. So they're really tight requirements now around leaving and re-entering to the United States during this new COVID phase.
Right. So I would suggest people to look at the travel guidelines before you go anywhere, to make sure you're meeting all the travel guidelines to get back into the United States if you're traveling internationally.
Yeah, and I I've known some folks. I was supposed to be doing some traveling, and they were off to Africa. And as we know, traveling with the Omicron variant, travelers to any part of Africa. She was actually going to Ghana, and her flight, everything was canceled, and that was mainly because of the region that she was traveling to, and the amount of time and trying to get back into the U.S. So she really had to just pretty much cancel her plans to go to Ghana. So all the travel to Africa, they were specifically saying South Africa, but it sounds like any part of that continent is pretty much being being kind of looked at as once the regions start mixing, kind of like the U.S. You can go to North America all over, but when they start, people from different places start traveling and co-mingling, they're like the region is pretty much tainted. So
that's good information, because a lot of people want to go to Ghana and to Africa.
Just hold off right now until we can get this under control. We don't know when we're gonna get it under control. We're hoping soon, but just hold off. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's really, you got to really, really be diligent and attentive to what's going on in the travel. I mean, because as we can see just from the news now, you see mask mandates are coming back in a lot of places that they were not, and and requiring a vaccination card and boosters are really being required some places, so that they we don't go back into the same things that we've been in the last few years.
I saw. I think it's New York where you're required to have a mask mandate there.
Yeah.
Even Kroger is requiring all of their employees to be vaccinated as of a certain date next year. So even your jobs are now, if you don't get vaccinated, you could possibly lose your job now.
Yeah.
So do y'all see the new pill that they said that's going to be coming out, and they're going to approve it by the end of the year, the Pfizer pill?
Okay.
So it's going to be able to fight this virus.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
You can have something else that'll work with the
So only if you get COVID, you will.
Yeah. And I think they're giving a lot of options. We still are faced with a lot of people in the US that have not been even vaccinated. So this is another option, but the goal is we really we all have to take a part, and getting this done, because I'm over it now at this point.
Right.
We all are, because we got trips to go on, so we all got places and things to do.
Did you tell us about any fun things you did in Mexico?
Yeah. So one of the fun things that I did was I went to this. It was in Puerto Morales. Bob Marley's son, Rohan Marley, the one
five.
Yes, I went there. Yeah, I went there, and it was a beautiful place. The Fives and Ro Marley. He has a actual lounge within the hotel. Is really, really nice. Yeah, and so it's just another part of Mexico that you can go to without going all the way. It's maybe 30 minutes from Cancun.
Right. Well, we stayed. You remember the last night?
We were close there. Yeah, we were close to Puerto Morales.
Where did we leave? We left Playa del Carmen. And so in that last resort we stayed in, that was Puerto Morales.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was
okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So so what else was going on? Because I know while you were there, Jeanette, I saw some things going on in the news. Are they still having like this unrest with a lot of the cartels or whatever is going on with all these gang violence going on? Did you hear about that, or was that before?
I heard about it after I got back, so I really wasn't as scared because I was already back. And then I too still feel that Mexico is a safe place to go to. Now, I do think that you need to be careful, just like you would be here in the United States, but I think it's a safe place. There was a shooting there, maybe like on the day when I came back. So I mean, I'm still planning to travel there more. So I mean, it hasn't prohibited from traveling there.
So I'm a part of a lot of travel groups, and I have read where people are just canceling their trips to go there. Like they're very scared, and some people are saying, "Why are you canceling? You can get shot right here, in your backyard, in front of your house. You can step out your house and go down the street. It's more dangerous here than over there."
One thing that I did see that I never had seen was policemen were everywhere with like these military style guns.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that was something that was alarming to me. And honestly, I was a little scared about it, but at least I felt like that they were trying to do something.
Yeah, because this is they have a tourist industry. I mean, they make their money from people coming, and if you don't feel safe to go there, then they will find themselves in in a situation, because if the locals are not going to the hotels and all the excursions and all other stuff, so they're gonna have to protect the guests and these resorts. I mean, it's you hear about it in cities like Mexico City and things like that, but when you're at a resort and you're hearing gunfire or straight up violence going on, and right in the waters where your kids are, I would be like, I think I mean, even staying in your hotel, you're just kind of you're not on vacation, so you're at a you're at a loss.
It's alarming.
So ladies, did you all hear that story about the cruise ship?
I got really scared about it, because my niece and my sister actually was on a cruise this weekend, and when I saw that story, I was like, "Oh my God, what ship and what?" But as soon as I found out it was out of Long Beach, California, I was like, "No, well, that's not them," because they left out of the port here in Texas.
So the story was, there was a young girl, African American, in her 20s. She fell off of a Carnival.
Fell overboard
at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and they don't really know what happened.
And it sounds like they don't have a lot of information, because I could honestly say I heard the story. I didn't know who it was. Apparently there was someone out there who could verify it, but wow, there
was even like damage. I don't know how that happened or whatever, but did you see like on the news where they had an area roped off and there was damage to the deck? I was like, well, did she hit the deck and bounce off something?
I didn't see that part. I did see her mother on the news, and her mother mentioned that she has a small child. So, I mean, I felt, as a mother, I felt bad about
that family. Child. That's sad.
That poor family, because you go on these trips and they've been really, really cheap. I'm like, literally, I get like emails all the time, like literally, you can go to stay for 3 or 4 days and on one of those cruise for less than you can go for the hotel for a day or for 2 days. So.
Right.
And they've been reasonable. And
do you think that a cruise is safer? I think Mexico is safe personally, but do you think a cruise is safe for us next year?
A cruise is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've done cruises.
You just need to again, and this happened with her at 3 a.m. And I always tell my son, you need to be in by 1:30 because nothing good happens after 1:30.
Yeah, exactly. So you can only imagine what that was. It could have been, because they have clubs open all night. They have comedy. They have karaoke. They have bars. So you can buy these unlimited drink tickets. We could speculate. A lot of things. Because people can overindulge and get involved with people you don't really know, on a cruise ship.
That's the thing. Who's on there and who you're dealing with, you just don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely believe it was good to go on those cruise ships. This was before COVID. With children that were adult age, I would never, unless it's specifically a cruise for children, because you can't monitor, all the activities, and you pretty much, you can't drop your kid off. So when you have adult kids, you have to give those rules, say, hey, be in, be aware of your surroundings. Like they say, keep your head on the swivel, as they say, because you don't know who around you and who these people are, but you can, definitely
Right.
Tell your adult kids, when you're smaller kids, you don't know where, who on those cruise ships.
Ladies, what are some safety tips we can give people for traveling, trying to be safe next year? I would say one safety tip is that you would always, at least if you're traveling even in the country or outside the country, always at least have one travel partner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do solo traveling. I would say just,
Not
pay
now.
attention to your surroundings. Pay
That's
attention
good,
to people. If you see somebody that's like they're following you, or you keep seeing that same person and they don't look right and they're looking at you, just be careful and pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah, and definitely your communication, have your phone, your mobile device or your watch, you need to have, you can't go with really just one form. That's why, if you're traveling with a group, at least you have a couple of people with cell phones, and if some people may bring a computer, but I'm telling you, being connected is going to be key. You can't go, make sure you got all your chargers and backup chargers, because I think that's really important, is that you can communicate in some manner. You've talked to your providers so that when you go to especially foreign countries how your phone is going to work, because it's important to be informed. Like you were in Mexico, rules change right there while you're there.
Exactly.
If you have to go from 72-hour COVID to you need to have 124 hours, you need to know that information, and it needs to be accessible, because the snail mail and paper and a lot of that is not as common as you would think.
I've got coworkers too that are traveling to India within the next few days, and the trip had, because of the new variant, their trip was up in the air. But they're saying now that one of my coworkers is saying she's going to go, and what they're saying is they're monitoring the airport that they're flying into, and then they're also reviewing everything online as far as what's required. And I know we've got some trips planned in February to California. All of us do. And I know one thing that we'll be looking at is, has any of the travel requirements changed before we get on the flight?
Yeah.
Right.
And then and large crowds, you know what? There's still continue to be concerts and Super Bowl and large venues. We definitely need to be aware of the crowd around you, because will masks be required? Don't feel uncomfortable if you have your mask and everyone else don't, because these large gatherings is going to be another big thing, that concerts that we're going to have to be focused on, because so I think that everyone needs that the residual income, and they are packing these arenas way thicker than they need to.
Too many people. Right.
Like it's a concert every day now.
So it's not even about travel anymore. It's just about staying safe in everyday life.
Exactly.
It's extended over to travel, but this COVID is just it's become a part of our lives.
Yeah, and it's the holiday season. There's going to be a lot of traveling over this next week and the next few weeks, and by car, by plane, by train, whatever the medium of transportation, and just know the rules of the road and where you're going and what's going to happen when you get there, because things change every day.
Right. Families getting together.
One thing that I'll say I do road trips. I'll be doing a road trip home next week. And I have a certain spot, and I know you all do too, going to Houston. I have a certain spot, a certain safe gas station that or place that I stop at and gas up and use the restroom. So that's good to have a place that is safe. Another thing I do is travel in the daytime. I don't travel as much at night, because I just feel like being a woman and traveling alone.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I'd rather go in the daytime.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I usually drive alone too when I'm going home, and I make sure I don't drive at night.
Yeah. Definitely. Take the precautions and make sure you map it out and know where your gas stations are. Because what I did notice, I think in the last road trip I took, that there were some gas stations that were actually closed. Sometimes you can go and they have gas stations that are like the pumps are open, but I actually saw a couple where the pumps were even closed. So, making sure that you have a plan on how often you fill up if you're on the road. And,
I guess if you're driving long distance like that, I don't never have to stop for gas. I mean, it's enough for me to get to where I gotta go.
Yeah. When we drove to New Orleans and we were out there in the night.
It was raining.
We were looking for a gas station. Yeah. In the middle
but I mean, even just weather, because we saw earlier this week that there's tornadoes that took out whole communities. You can't be on the road driving and not know a tornado is in the area.
And I think there'll be more coming in because they come in when the weather immediately drops, and it's going to drop on Friday. So people need to be aware of it for Friday night.
When the temperature is like in the 80s and it goes down to like the 30s, that's when the tornadoes come in.
Yeah, I mean, but just rain. I mean, just all the different elements: rain, thunder, lightning. You start hearing. You need to know where you're driving through, airplanes, because they get diverted and they'll cancel all the flights if the weather gets too bad. It's winter. So it's a lot of reasons why, even if you're not a news person, you really need to make sure that you're aware of what's going on with whatever city you're going to.
Right.
And so even the places you're traveling through.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, great, ladies. This has been great. I know we're getting ready for the holidays. Happy holidays. And
happy holidays.
Stay safe and drive carefully and drink responsibly. And, I like I said, I enjoyed this passport. It's been pretty good. So
it's it's from Tina. Where is it from?
This is one that's from Oregon.
It's from Oregon.
Yeah, this is from Oregon. But this has been great. And drink responsibly. And if you don't have anywhere to go, enjoy home.
Right. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Well, ladies, see you until next time.
Until next time. Cheers. This is Jeanette.
And this is Yvette.
And this is Tina. And we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Happy holidays, everyone. Stay safe and enjoy your family and friends.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShelettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Whatever your life story, you deserve access to comprehensive, affordable health insurance. But it can be hard to know where to start. That's why Minnesotans have MNsure. MNsure is where you can find health coverage for every Minnesota story, regardless of where you live or what your income is. MNsure is the only place where you can access savings to help lower the cost of your health coverage. And you can get free help in person or over the phone to enroll in a plan that fits your needs and your story. Visit MNsure.org today to get started.
It never fails. Every fall, I fall into a funk. Daylight savings time used to have me singing the blues until I found some help at BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com. It's an online resource that matches you with your own licensed professional therapist. Listen. Ain't no shame in talking to somebody about how you feel. Your mom and your friends are great to talk to when you have problems. They're your go-to. But sometimes you need a professional. And that's where you need to call BetterHelp.com. Sometimes it's the only way to get your happy back. BetterHelp.com offers secure online counseling, either over the phone or via video. Now, it's not a crisis line, but BetterHelp.com has counselors who'll help you with your anger, stress, depression, or anxiety. The good news is that they're more affordable than traditional in-person counseling sessions. But you know what? If your money is funny, don't worry. BetterHelp.com even offers financial aid. Let BetterHelp.com help you get your happy back. Log on today to BetterHelp.com.